Hey everyone, it's Giselle and I'm here with your Monday video, and I wanted to just get right into it today because this is going to take quite some time because the last two lessons that we're going to cover, 9 and 10, are going to be pretty detailed. Now, in case you're just joining me and you're not really sure of exactly what's happening here, we went through lessons 1 through 8 in an area called the Abusive Relationship Trap, which is a course that I teach. And what's happening now is I'm noticing that more and more people have been calling me and asking me and writing to me about this subject. So I have a course that I had in place for a couple of years. I've decided to bring it back out again, and I've decided to start introducing it to people because I think it's very important right now. We went through lessons 1 through 8. Last time we went to the past couple of videos, we went through lessons 1 through 8, and the last lesson that I did, which was lesson 8, dealt with the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is extremely powerful. It is at work 24/7, and we don't even know that the subconscious mind is at work. And in lesson 8, what I went through was how powerful the subconscious mind is and ways to start accessing things where we can actually start making that subconscious mind work for us. So now I want to go into lesson 9. Okay, now lesson 9 is going to be very important today. And lesson 9 is going to be dealing with power stances and different ways to start making yourself feel more powerful just through physical postures. So lesson 9 is called Power Stances, Higher Levels of Being, and Quantum Breakthroughs. So what is this all about? Well, there have been studies done that show that a person's physical posture can actually change your brain. So this may be hard to believe, but it is true, and it has been proven to be accurate. Now, just take for instance, if you were to slump and just go into a position where you're really low and you're kind of like got your head down and droopy, that will actually start to trigger some things that will make the brain believe that there is something wrong. And just as that will happen if you are slumping, if you take a powerful stance where you're going to be lifting yourself up and you're going to be lifting your chin and standing tall, there are going to be triggers that are going to be going into your brain to make you believe that you are uplifted. Okay, so now just look at television and look at people that are on TV or people that are in power. You know, you will never see the people that are making a public speech slumping. You're going to see them standing tall and being very emphatic with their positions and their gestures. And that is all power stances. Now, it's a very detailed subject, and I will not be going into it completely because this video that I'm going to be doing right now is only going to be about 10 minutes, so I really want to go through a lot. But that is just the tip of the iceberg on what we start to learn about taking the physical power stances. When you change your body language, you change your mental capabilities. And there are Harvard studies that have been done that we will go into that will give you a lot of information about that. Your body posture and your body language makes you think and feel a certain way about yourself. And so, yes, you can change that. And again, this is all about becoming empowered. If you are in a relationship, and again, abusive relationships or relationships that are destructive do not necessarily have to be of a romantic nature. It could be any kind of a relationship. It could be business. It could be friendships. It could be just people in your family. And what will happen is you will know that the relationship is not right by what you're feeling in here. Okay, so you will definitely feel the positive or negative aspects of certain relationships. And if you're in a negative relationship or a relationship that is destructive, you're going to feel it. One of the most important things about that is denial. And a lot of times people that are in destructive relationships are in denial. And the reason that they're in denial is because it is embarrassing And it is something that a lot of people do not want to really face up to, so they will pretty much hide that they're in a destructive relationship, even within themselves. They'll actually start to convince themselves that they're not in a bad relationship, and they'll start taking a lot of abuse, and it gets worse and worse. And that's why I am presenting things to you right now, because I have had a lot of questions about this subject, so I think it's important. Okay, so let's continue on. The reason that these power stances do work is because it actually does work neurologically in your brain. Okay, so let's just leave it at that for now. Now, quantum breakthroughs. Quantum physics is a very vast subject, and I am not a physicist. However, I do know a little bit about it because, believe it or not, the study of yoga actually does correlate with certain aspects of quantum physics. So I'm very, very fascinated by it, and I'm very interested in it, and I've done some studying about it. We are not quantum physicists, okay, and we may not have that genius, but we can use some of the concepts and some of the knowledge to actually change ourselves for the better. You can live a life that you've always dreamed of, and when you start bringing in some of these quantum theories, things that are very, very hard to understand, but when you start to learn little bits and pieces of it, it makes a dramatic difference. When I talk about quantum breakthroughs and quantum physics, there are things that we can do. For instance, you can become aware of the fact that you can access higher levels of your thinking. Now, in order to do that, you need to get very quiet, and there are certain exercises that we go through in order to start accessing your higher level of who you truly are. When you start understanding that, you will bring in certain powerful feelings and powerful techniques that will become part of who you actually are. So that is something that we will start to get into more and more when we get into the course. Now, I want to go into the next lesson. The next lesson is living your best life and attracting a partner that's right for you. Now, whether or not you're looking for another partner does not matter. What this is basically going to be doing is treating you and telling you that you need to be the best that you can be in order to attract partners of any type into your life. So you need to be what you want to attract. And that is what we start doing. We start becoming that higher level person, that higher level being, and just naturally through that process, we start attracting that kind of person into our life, or those kinds of circumstances into our lives, whether it be job related or relationship or friendships, whatever it is. When you become that person, that is when you start to bring in the kind of person that you want to be. So you become a higher level person, and you will just naturally start resonating at a higher level, and you'll start attracting that kind of person. To reach your highest potential, you need to learn to love yourself first. And that is what this whole course is all about, learning to love yourself first. Then we go into what does it take to attract the right partner, or the right job, or the right friendship, or whatever it may be. And again, as I said, doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. As stated before, you need to be the person that you would like to attract. Be the person that is the highest level, and you will naturally attract it in. What we do in order to start this process is we do journaling work. We also have to be a little bit flexible in certain areas of our lives. We start to make changes in our home. We start making changes within ourselves. We start making changes in the people that we would like to meet. We start understanding that we have to open up our awareness to other possibilities in life that we've maybe been closed to in the past. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to just talk a little bit about investing in yourself. So when you start investing in yourself, you realize that you may have to make some changes. They're changes that are for the better, but you do have to make the decision to invest in yourself. It's a huge part of making these leaps in your life. You will not be able to make these higher level leaps in your life and go to where you want to go unless you are really willing to invest in yourself. And that is what we cover in depth in this course, investing in yourself and knowing that you are deserving of the best. So now I'm going to leave you with that thought, and again, bring in all the brilliance that you can from the outside, whether it's book related or being around positive people or whatever you can do to bring yourself up, and then get that out to the world. And I'm going to leave you with some links in the email that I sent you to give you some more information about and maybe actually even coming in with me on this course that I'm going to be teaching, because it is going to be a group coaching course where we're going to be going through all of these lessons. It's going to give you all the information that you need. It's going to be done personally with me, one-on-one, and it's going to give you a wealth of knowledge, and I will give you all that information in the email. Again, namaste, and be as brilliant as you can be.